but they will not think about how they will take care of themselves when they grow up. I mean, when they grow old, you see. So yeah, I feel fulfilled when I mentor people and when I sit down with people like JP. I explain to him how insurance works in terms of savings and all that, and then they see that payment come through.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you sat down with this guy and you taught him how to save, huh?
I see how disciplined I am. I'm very disciplined.
Like for real.
Yeah. But then do you think Kenyans have a saving culture, especially young Kenyans? Some of they wait until now it's too late. You get you're like 45 and you're like...
That is when you start thinking of, I wish I started. Let me give you an example. And this is an example I experienced on Saturday. I was at the salon. Then I see an M-Pesa transaction come through, and I was like, hey, okay, this guy, he's my client for the longest. I gave him a policy like 12 years ago, and I told him, imagine 12 years is itaisha too. So what do you mean? So his 12 years ended in 1st of February. And he got his payment. And he was like, Emmah, thank you so much. Like, he sent me some 10K just like that. Just to say thank you.
How much did he make?
You know,
you don't have to mention his name.
I don't have to mention his money.
But did he make good money?
His name, but he made some good money. He was like, Emmah, sasa hii pesa unataka nipeleke wapi? I told you I'm giving you a disciplined way of saving your money. I mean, if you didn't start saving with me, I mean, where could you be having this money? And he was like, no. And now we are setting up another plan for himself as well.
Wow. So this thing of retirement, it always scares young people. Just still, like when you tell a young person like myself, maybe in my 30s, like, hey, retirement, save for your retirement. We never understand how you can do that. Yeah. Could you like kind of explain some of the ways that young people can actually save for retirement? Yeah, just like what channels? Should I just put my money in a bank and wait there? Or, you know, what kind of ways are easier for us to save? Like, so I can be at least like the guy who just got some money the other day.
Got some good money, yeah. I won't say saving in the bank is wrong.
Yes.
I won't say saving in a circle is wrong. But one thing I will say about saving through, and I'll speak about what I do, because I sell insurance and I help people plan savings through insurance. The moment you start a policy, a plan with any insurance company, you know, there's no way you can exit. And the moment you think of exiting in between, you lose your money.
True.
Yeah. So we tell people from the beginning that you've signed up for a plan of 15 years. You're only 30 years. So by the time you're 45, this is the amount we'll give you. It is guaranteed. This is the amount we'll give you. So for you, it's just to save that 10, 15 or whatever amount you're saving on a monthly basis. Just giving you the discipline. But if you exit in between, definitely you lose some money. Who wants to lose their money? Which they have saved over time. So for somebody who is saving through an insurance company, first of all, there are some returns that you get from that cover, the plan that you take. At the same time, it comes with protection. Yeah. And I give an example of somebody who was saving in a bank, and if something happened to them, the only money that the next of kin or the beneficiaries will get is the money that was in that account. Yeah. But now when insurance comes in, now it makes a whole difference, because yes, there's the protection that comes with it. Right now, Emmah is able to do what she's doing on a daily basis, and then something happens to her. So what does that mean? It means that the plan I had started with the insurance company will still continue. Remember, I said, okay, people avoid using the word death. If death occurred, the plan will still continue, and the beneficiaries will be paid the maturity when it is due. That is in case of death. These plans also comes with living benefits. This is Emmah. She's able to do what she's doing on a daily basis. And then, God forbid, she goes to Kenyatta, Nairobi hospital, diagnosed with a critical illness, a terminal illness. I'm still there. I'm still doing what I do on a daily basis. But I've been diagnosed with this terminal illness. So what most of the companies will do, they will pay 50% or maybe 50% of that amount that you had agreed. And then your plan will still continue and you'll still enjoy your maturity. You get? That is the difference now. Saving in the bank is still okay because of emergencies. Money market funds as well. they are good because of those short-term goals.
Right.
But you're looking at a long-term goal whereby we are talking of 10 years, 15, 20 years to come. And the moment you get your first employment, I keep telling people, I wish I started such things when I got my first employment.
Yeah.
That is the time you start saving, because you don't know. And that is the money that you'll be saving on a monthly basis. You forget about it. It's a deduction that happens every month. It's like the way we pay for tax. Do you have a choice?
No.
We pay for house rent? Yeah. How many years have you lived in Nairobi, and how much rent have you paid?
Millions.
Let me ask you something. By the way, you mentioned something very interesting over there. You wish you went back to the first time you got into employment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ungengeko insurance immediately, right? So what is the state of life insurance for Kenyans, especially when we get into employment? Do they take up these policies? It's only after a long time I realize then it's like, I probably need to have a life insurance. Yeah. So do they take up these policies immediately? Kenyans are generally slow to do this.
They will say, first I want to enjoy my money. Like wacha nisosido kwanza, enjoy life kiasi. And then it hits them when they even get dependents, like in terms of even you getting married, you have kids, they're looking up to you. That is when now you start thinking of something like that. Something you could have started when you got your first employment.
So generally Kenyans are very slow when they start off their employment journeys. Damn.
Okay, so there's someone who's just gotten their first job today, and they're thinking, I'm not being paid a lot. I'm probably like 15,000 a month. So at the moment they don't have many bills, probably staying with their parents.
Yeah.
So all the expenses have reduced drastically. What amount would you advise them to start off with saving?
Okay. Yeah. Basically, we look at what we advise people is you should at least save 10% of what you earn, of your gross. At least 10%. If you're earning 50,000, please ka 5k JK tu nikako. One day inaitwa aje kushukuru mwili.
Utazipea
shukran, you know.
Yeah.
So at least ka 10%. Whether you're having bills and all the other things that you're doing, just know that at the end of the month, I'm putting something aside for myself for later.
Yeah.
Because, things will always be there. Your sister, your brother will always call you, Emmah, nitumie ka 2K. At the end of the month, ile pesa umetumia watu, you could have saved that money and tell them, by the way, I don't have money. Why? Because you're not telling them because you're saving, but you know, I am saving. So, enye JP siwezi kusaidia, sina do, na ni ukweli hauna. You know, you just need to give yourself that discipline of, let me start saving small. Even if you start how small, but start rather than staying without any plan.
Wow.
Are there any misconceptions about, insurance, life insurance that we can address now?
Thank you, because we have just tackled the retirement plan of how you can just give yourself a disciplined way of saving. Let's get now into life insurance. How many Kenyans want to hear that if I die is when my people will benefit? I will not be there. But my people will benefit from,
from your demands.
Not many people. But I'm happy, like now, that is, even from what I do, that is the main product that we are selling for whole life. Because the way it is designed in a way that, fine, I am here, I'm able to do, I am able. I have my dependents, I have my 2 kids, I have my, they are in a good school. The neighborhood they live in, if something happened, and we saw that happen during COVID, when people lost jobs, they could not be able to, what we are saying is that a whole life plan, that is now life insurance, you only need to contribute for a duration of time. You choose, I want to contribute for only 10 years. Give me a cover of 10 million or 20 million. Then after I contribute for 10 years, I remain on cover forever. That means what? If something happened to Emmah, 20 million will be paid to her dependents. You see. And another thing I want to touch on, not many people have planned for their inheritance or legacy for their dependents.
Yeah,
not many
that's a
people.
scary conversation.
It isn't.
And as a matter what? So you think I'm going to die soon?
Well, they don't even have kids right now, and they're thinking, when?
Exactly.
Which is actually a question I also want to ask.
Yeah.
Is it legal for you to take a life insurance policy for someone without their knowledge?
It is not right. Okay, it's illegal.
Not morally, but it's illegal. Is it illegal? Like my spouse, so I take a life insurance policy on her. without her knowledge?
That's illegal.
Okay.
Because we do, even when we onboard our clients, we will reach out to that person who has signed up for that policy. So in this case, it's not you, it's your wife. Definitely she will know that you have taken a plan for her, and she'll be like, why did you take without telling me, So it is not allowed.
Okay. I hate to bring up a personal issue, but let's say I have a parent who passed on and we didn't know that they have a life insurance policy until they passed on.
Yeah.
So how is that so? Because maybe the person took a life insurance policy, but nobody in the family knew that this person has taken a life insurance policy.
Yeah.
It's just that when you're going through documents, now you're like one by one scrutinizing, and you find, there was something done here by, ICA, there's an insurance policy that's live, and now you're following it up. So that's why I was asking, like, someone can take it without the knowledge of the other partner, and that's still okay, because we see people killing each other for that. And I think I've heard of people who actually take life insurance policies of their partners, and the partners don't know.
They don't
and
know.
Then they end up doing something weird, a murder, and then they benefit. So that's why I was just trying to understand how those policies are done without everyone's knowledge.
I think that has happened a lot, and where we are today, when I sit down with you, I will ask you to let the person that you have written as a beneficiary that you have taken a plan. The other thing we do is that not many people would want to disclose to their partners that they have taken policies. We have things like the trust funds, where you just dedicate everything that you have, your properties and stuff like that, a family trust fund, in such a way that if the person that you have put there as a beneficiary, you don't trust them with your future, and it happens. That trust fund, that trust will be able now to take care of maybe if it is your children in terms of education, medical and stuff like that. So we are getting better from where we were few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Let me ask, what's the lowest amount you can start off with for a life insurance?
Let me tell you what, and I want to say this because people think insurance is for the rich, for the wealthy.
Yeah.
Do you know even a mama boga can afford to buy a life cover for themselves and their family? In such a way, we are saying that even saving 3,000, putting in 3,000 a month can give you even a cover of like 10 million based on your age, because we look at your age and for how long you want to have a cover. So people have been having that, like it's for the wealthy. Insurance is for the wealthy, and insurance is for everyone. We have seen people take covers of even 2,000 shillings. We have taken, and you know that if something happened to me, my kids will be taken care of with by a certain company because I took this plan. So the minimum you can do based on where I sit and what I do is 3,000 shillings per month. Yes.
Yeah, and what happens if somebody dies, like if a family member dies but they don't have a will, yet they had an insurance policy, life insurance policy, they've got kids? What usually happens in a situation like that?
The good thing with life insurance is that when you're signing up, you are very specific on the people that you put there as beneficiaries.
That.
And nobody can change that.
Okay.
So we pay the person who is
even without a will.
Even without a will.
It's like a will in itself for that particular financial document.
If it was your kids who are the beneficiary, then there's a guardian that you have chosen. That in case you're not there, this guardian can be able to take care of these children.
What usually makes it contestable in court?
Life insurance is not.
It's not?
It's not.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we go by what you signed. Like, this is what I said I want.
So one of the family members cannot kuja and say, how can this guy get more than me?
No.
I see some people writing percentages.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone can write like 20%, then 10% for each person, then 5. So whatever you get, unaridhika tunayo. So this inheritance thing. So assuming you've lost someone, you've now inherited, and there's this issue where some people even inherit debts. How do you go about such a situation where someone has, yes, you've inherited maybe a chunk of land, some accounts, but this person wasn't really doing their books well. There's a lot of, chaos in the financials inside.
Yeah.
How does one go about such issues? Especially if you're not working, maybe I'm young.
And you're not keen on how you you've not put your books in order.
No, I'm probably even the person who passed on. Yes, they left some money, they left ABC, but the books are a mess. You know, like you don't know. It's like you've inherited debt, the taxes you haven't paid. KRA is piling up for like 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, what would you advise like a young person like that to go about?
I think it just need to be clear. And we are here as financial advisors to advise people in such cases, because I mean, why did you even buy that plot? You know, why did you even buy that insurance cover? You know, for us as financial advisors, we're here to advise people in such cases. There's something that I would want to say, and I'll speak about life insurance again, whereby not many. It's gone are the days when children were inheriting lands and family properties. You know, I don't hear people talk of ati niliachiwa na baba yangu nilifanya. So life insurance comes in such a way that, like you said, you're very specific on the people that you put on that policy. We're talking of millions here. You're talking of 10, 20, 100, and even 250 million, you know. So you're very specific on who you put as a beneficiary. Yeah. So we're talking of liquid cash. We're not talking about property. It's okay. People can have property, they can have assets and all that. But now for life insurance, we're talking about money that will be put in the account of that beneficiary if something happened to the person who had taken the policy. Yeah. You see. Because like I said, we have paid claims even for life, whereby we even advise the person who gets that lump sum on how to invest our money. Yeah. And this is now where the income protection comes through. So JP has been earning this amount of money, let's say 100,000 per month. But he's sorry to say, I'm not saying you're dying. And then something happens to him. He had a family, he had a young wife, he had some kids and all that. So how do we then make sure that the income that JP was earning comes back to the family? It's fine, we have lost him as a person. But what about the income? Does it mean wataenda ushago ama waanze kutafuta nyumba cheap ama watoto wahamishwe shule, you see? So how we advise now the person now who gets that lump sum is we tell them now we need to invest this money and maybe put it in a money market fund, wealth management. You take your 30 million in this case, we put it in a money market fund. It will be earning maybe an average of 10% interest. So the 10% is what you're using it's your passive income. So the income that your spouse was earning is still felt in the house. And the amount, the 30 million is still intact. So we reinvest that money, so the family is just surviving on there. You know, so we have a lot to offer out here. It's just that people don't like hearing about insurance.
They're skeptical.
No, but financial education is very important.
It is very important.
Yeah, but listen, this type of information is very, very key for especially millennials, even Gen Zs. Yeah, but somebody once told me the best time to plan for your retirement is right now. Right? So, Skype Curate, you know, I'm around.
Who told you?
Who told you?
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming through, Emmah Kaara. She's she's a financial investor. Advisor at investor. Advisor. And today we're talking life insurance and inheritance, also to Meguse income protection. I want to shout at everyone who's been listening to us today. One thing you need to learn is how to curate smart investments for your future. Sure. And how can guys reach out to you if they have any questions?
Okay. I have my line that people can get in touch with me. My number is 0799 150 990.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Social media? That one is private.
On LinkedIn, Emmah Kaara.
Yeah.
And then on IG, Emmah_Kaara. And then Facebook is just Emmah Kaara.
Good job. Thank you so much for adding value today on our show.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
Thank you so much.
Sasa, when we come back, more conversations happening online. Dr. Soul, Foster McElroy, and MC Light. Tunekazi.
94.4 Spice FM.